Hey, it's Wolfy-Chan. I'm back with another anime review, and this anime is Yuri on Ice. I will admit this completely. When this came out, didn't watch it, didn't want to watch the sensation, heard all about it, was like, how can I get into it with two dudes ice skating, a love triangle, a love tipcon? I don't know. But luckily, I had a friend who was like, I haven't watched Yuri on Ice, and I was like, I haven't either. Want to watch it? Sure. We binge watched the whole season in one day. Then on, we nitpicked. So here's a fun fact. I work in an ice arena and I ZAM and make sure the ice that people skate on or do hockey on is very good for anybody to either practice on or to be on at any time, and it has to be kind of safe for them to be on. So, no, you won't totally get it, but as a very sad joke, we were looking at where the ZAM doors are because you have to ZAM the ice. No matter how much people have been skating on it or cutting on the ice, you have to ZAM it. So, and this is in Japan, which I'm like, it's very humid. The moisture content and anything, you have to have dehumidifiers, even in an arena like ours, who we're in the center of the United States, basically. There isn't humidity, right? There might be, but our ones are broken. Um, so that one has to be like a kick butt dehumidifier in that because lots of moisture. Two, the logos in the ice were too popping out. That's not a good thing. That means the ice is too thin. At any point in time, they could break into that and destroy a logo. That's not good. I know, sounds really weird. Sounds like you wouldn't care. But believe me, if you ever like go ice skating or anything like that, think of like where would they ZAM? Just contemplate that. How much of the logo is it standing out or is it really sharp? Look at that. And just how much are you skating and how big of ice skates or ice marks are going deep in there. It depends on like your weight and how good are you as an ice skater. But it's just going down. And it was watching it, it's like you can kind of see the ice things, but they don't really stop. Where the ice marks would go off of was like, oh, so they just got on over by the ZAM door, but they end at the other side and there's no turnaround. That's not how ice tracks go. What the snap? So, other than that, it is a very interesting story about two Yuris and one Victor. He's obsessed with Victor because he used to watch ice skating and was like, oh, this is so cool. I want to be one. Well, it starts off with our main guy basically losing. And he's from Japan, which is, like, oh, we're all really proud of you. But he's not really happy about it. He's not happy about himself. He sees Victor and is like, oh, and all this stuff. So he's very sad about that. And so he goes back home and eats a lot. Which, okay, anime, let's be real, stop fluctuating the weight to like go like, oh, he's so fat. And yet when he gets on the ice, all of a sudden he's just chubby. Like, no. If he can still ice skate, he's at least fit enough to ice skate. He's not fat. He is not sumo fat, which they kind of exaggerate. Like, he's sumo fat, and he really likes, katsudon. There you go. Figured it out. He really likes it because that's what his family makes, because they live in an inn, or they have an inn, and that's kind of their livelihood. Well, he goes ice skating. His friend who got married and had his kids, one of her daughters videotapes it, puts it online, and it's like, shouldn't have done that. Well, then Victor sees it, and it's like, oh my goodness, he has so much passion in what I did. He has so much passion for what I do. I need to go and see him. There's a poodle dog, and He also, or Yuri got one as well. That's a poodle dog, and then that one died and was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I wasn't here when you died, yada yada. But Victor comes and stays, and basically then decides that I want to train you and I will make you a champion. And then he quits ice skating for a year to basically foster a championship. You know, like bring me the goal and woo. Well, over the series, there's a romantic bounds, and then there's another character, Yurio, which he's Yuri, but Yurio. And he's very much also from Russia, and he's like, you need to teach me how to do this, and he's a waste of space, I don't care, I. So they make, Victor makes two different choreographs. And he goes, okay, you're going to be empathetic love, you're going to be romantic love. Boop. And they do, and our Yuri wins. And they both pick one of Victor's like outfits, which he brought all of them. Dude, you're worse than women in shoes. So Yuri wins and then starts practicing more. He also lost weight by this competition. And then goes through like the finals and all that stuff, and you know, the world circuit of ice skating. He doesn't win first. I believe he wins second or third, and that's what makes him happy. So, and it's like, you need to be number one though. Yeah. And they form a very romantic bond between men. They really don't, like, they kiss maybe once, but it's not really a kiss. And there's a lot of implications that it's like, I love you, and Russia really doesn't like homosexuality, and at least Japan is a little bit more tolerable about it, so that's why it's like, I'm really into men, so I have to go outside of the country. And then, okay, so there's a lot of characters that you get to meet and revolve around. There's a Swedish guy who gets a little too excited about ice skating. Just a little bit. And he's really, and they all have inner monologues, because you can't just watch people ice skate and be like, it's interesting, because that's what normal ice skating is about, right? You watch somebody and you get interested in it, and right? So we meet a lot of different people, and each person has their own little quirk, and we don't get to follow a lot of people. We get to see one kid who really like loves Yuri and loves his ice skating, and Yuri gets off put by it, and is like, and it's like, I'm not really that type of person, or that can be like that type of person. But then it's like, it doesn't matter, and Victor's kind of like, it doesn't matter, he's a fan. Even if he's a competitor, he's a fan. He's enjoyed your ice skating, so you better turn the best. It happens, and they still become friends. There's a guy, JJ, who's like, oh, I'm all about it, but then he breaks. And is not the greatest ice skater in the world anymore. There's a guy who tried to take Victor's place, but he just got broken up by his ex-girlfriend. So most of his ice skating is that. There's a guy from America. Interesting. There's a guy from, I think he's South Korea, or Taipei or something like that, and there's not very many ice skaters from that country, but you know, here's them, and he's trying to bring it back to them, which is adorable. Then there's a Chinese one, and then there's an ice skater who has a sister, and they were like bonded through ice skating, but then she wants to, you know, be different, and there's a guy who's kind of like hitting on her. It's very strange. It's an interesting anime. It does pull at your heartstrings a lot. And it is very interesting. But for somebody who does Ice Arena, this is too much. Especially when, like, there's a part that, one of the characters start chipping into the ice with his ice skate. I screamed at my TV, because you're not allowed to do that. That's how you make holes, and that's how ice gets bad. It's a bad thing about ice. So, it's very different and very, very strange. I will admit that. but I didn't mind it. It's not a series I'm going to go back and watch again. And maybe if they have a second season, I may watch it. I saw something that they were going to be making a movie about this one. And that sounds really interesting, but I don't think I'd really watch it unless I was pushed. So it's one of those series that even though I am a Yuri fan, really okay. And with my friend who really got like amped up about it, was like, oh, it's so cool, and I wish for a second season. But secretly, it's good. But I don't know. I felt there was too much hinging upon Yuri's fixation, dependence, obsession, and kind of reactance to Victor. So it was very much Yuri's super dependent on Victor. Super. And it's like, come on, just pull out. Just wrong wording. Just be yourself. I know that you're not that mentally strong to do this, but you can. You have friends. Just be yourself. But it's like, and it gets to one point that he like doesn't do the best because Victor's not there, and I'm like, come on, man. So I'm a little bit put off by that part of it. That's my only thing. I did very much enjoy it. I'd recommend it to anybody who likes ice skating or just wants kind of a different story. It is very good, but I don't know if I'll watch it again. Still, it's like, for me, an 8 out of 10. But once again, like, I have a lot of anime that are 10s and 9s. So, if you like this, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below. What did you think of Yuri on Ice, and who's your favorite character? Mine is the poodle dog. Sorry, it has to be the animal. Super adorable. And don't forget to subscribe. My ear gets itchy. With that big red button, because I try as much as I can to have videos from Monday to Friday. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, the links are down below. And I hope that you've been having a very wonderful, wonderful day. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.